Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sade. Thank you for joining me for our astrology talk. For today, we are diving into the nodal shift that is happening in July, and it is going to last us for the next 18 months. Now, this nodal shift is shifting us from having the North Node in the sign of Taurus to moving to the North Node in the sign of Aries. Now, I am so excited about this shift because as a Taurus rising, I have had the North Node in my first house for the past 18 months, and it has been so much change, so much transformation. And I finally get a break because the North Node is moving into the sign of Aries. So if you are a person that has any Aries placements, Libra placements, most importantly, this North Node is going to have a grave effect on you as well as the collective. And if you are a person that has any Capricorn or Cancer placements, this North Node is also going to have an effect on you. Reason being, whenever the nodes hit a cardinal, fixed, or mutable sign, it affects all the rest of the cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs. So right now, the North Node is moving out of fixed energy. So Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius get a break. But Aquarius kind of doesn't because we have Pluto in Aquarius. But in any case, now we're moving into cardinal energy. So it's going to be Aries, Cancer, Libra, as well as Capricorn. And because the North Node is moving out of this fixed energy of Taurus, where we were so concerned and worried about our values, how we viewed ourselves, how we obtained resources, how we obtained money, a lack thereof resources, and how to obtain more, and really just understanding what intimacy means for us, how we are in our partnerships, and how we are intimate or lacking intimacy in our partnerships based off of the low self-worth that we have for ourselves. This has been the theme for the past 18 months as a collective, but most importantly, if you are a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, and especially if you had Taurus in the first house, as well as Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio in that first or seventh house. We are leaving the Venus energy and we are moving into Mars, and we're moving into cardinal Mars. So Taurus is fixed Venus. So it was kind of more of an internal, it's feminine. So it was very passive, very internal, very self-oriented. How can I shift and change the things within myself that bring me low self-value and low self-esteem? Now that the node is moving into Aries, this is Mars masculine energy. And I'm so excited about this because I'm an Aries moon, but also because this energy is really initiating us to act and take leadership and ownership of the things that we want in our life. So no more leaning onto others for the sake of being on our own. It's more so about leaning into one's own personal power so that you can move forward on your journey independently, and in return attract the right relationships based off of how you are moving and going about the things that you want. And the reason why this nodal axis of the North Node in Aries, the South Node in Libra is so important because Libra rules our relationships. It's Venus. It's the masculine Venus. It rules contracts, how we are in relation to people, places, and things. And it rules just being fair, being just, wanting balance, wanting harmony, wanting to people please. Very Libran energy as well as Taurus. Now, because the North Node is moving into the sign of Aries, it is asking us to get rid of our people pleasing tendencies, the habits of, wanting to get along all the time, wanting to be fair all the time at the sake of the things that we want for ourselves. The South Node is saying you need to get rid of that habit and move more towards independence and courage and confidence to go after the things that you want. And by you going after the things that you want, you are going to attract mutually beneficial relationships. And that's really going to be the theme for this year, is whatever is no longer mutually beneficial, it has to go. Why? Because if you don't let it go, that means that you are tolerating, which is very Libran, to tolerate things for the sake of wanting to be harmonious. But because the North Node is in Aries, it is not saying it's about war, but it's saying if you keep remaining in these people-pleasing tendencies, you're going to attract conflict, because the North Node in Aries is going to bring you conflict, Mars energy. It's going to bring you arguments. It's going to bring you disagreements all to force you to have to make choices best for yourself. So if you are a person with a lot of Libran energy, this year is really going to test you in using your voice more, stepping into your personal power, being more courageous, and being seen as a leader, right? And stepping forward in your leadership and not caring so much about how other people are going to view you. Libra cares a lot about how other people view them. It's not that Aries doesn't care, but Aries is more so about how they view themselves and how they build their own self-power. And through this, they build a lot of devotion. And it's okay to be devoted. Both Aries and Libra is very devoted. But what are you devoted to? Are you devoted to things that no longer serve you in where you're at in your life? Or are you devoted to the things that are important to you, and through that devotion to yourself and to what means something to you, you can now attract better relationships that support your new devotion for yourself and for the things that you want. I feel like Aries gets this rep of being selfish, and it's not necessarily about being selfish for these next 18 months, but it's about being more self-aware and self-assured in the things that you want to accomplish and not relying on other people to accomplish them for you or even to assist you in these accomplishments. It's really stepping into that power, that fire energy, that independence, the desires that you have, and knowing that you are worthy of receiving these desires and receiving the things that you want for yourself. Now, at least for the first 2 months of the North Node being in the sign of Aries, we do have Venus in the sign of Leo, which is going to make a very nice trine to this North Node, which is going to really push forward this notion of royalty, of worthiness, of self-esteem, building your self-esteem. And I will definitely say, as an Aries moon myself, these next 18 months, I wouldn't be surprised if fitness and getting more active in the physical body becomes this thing that a lot of people feel driven to, because Aries rules the head, but Aries is the first house ruler, and the first house rules the body. So getting back into physical workouts, physical routines, and working out helps you to build self-esteem and power and courage, all working from the core, which is your solar plexus, which rules your power space, how you move from an internal state of power. So these next 18 months, really looking forward to all of the shifts and the changes that happen. Again, if you are a person with strong Aries energy, Libran energy, these next 18 months are going to be very pivotal in your life. Check to see where you have it in your chart, because that will be where this North Node energy is going to assist you and challenge you for these next 18 months. If you have not seen any of my videos on what the North Node means or what the archetype of Aries, Libra, Taurus, or Scorpio means, feel free to check that out. I have plenty of videos on my channel, Hidden Alchemy, where you can dive into the depths of astrology. All in all, amazing, fiery, passionate year coming about, everyone. Really, really wishing everyone the best of luck with this shift in the North Node, and I will see you for my next video.